So Mall, which, by the way, you should be making your first choice, first stop whenever you need any of your quilt, sew, or crafting needs. I'm Raylene Salazar from Quilters Haven, and I'm back with you this week as Beth is on a very much deserved and needed vacation. She'll be back with us next week. Now, as a reminder, in just a couple of weeks, we have our second show coming up. I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I don't mess up. June 17, 18, and 19. This is going to be our first annual show in Oklahoma City. This will be at the fairgrounds in the Pavilion building. We were scheduled to start here last year, and then, of course, we all know what happened. So this will be our first year there. We are so excited. But I want to remind you that for anyone who attends that show live and in person, I should say, if you come up to my booth and to either myself or anybody at the cashier stand and say, I get wild on Wednesday, we have a very, very special gift for you. So be sure you don't forget to do that. We'll remind you again about that next week. And now for our housekeeping stuff that we need to get out of the way real quick. We just want to remind you that our vendors today are offering different specials, and those are going to be good until midnight tomorrow night. So if you see something you can't live without, you don't want to waste time. You want to get those orders in. Order early to get those savings. And also, don't forget that every week on our Quilt Mall, we do have our weekly specials. Those change every Friday, but there are usually 9 different vendors offering fantastic deals for the week. So you want to be sure you check those out as well. Okay, so if you have questions during the show, we ask that you save those till the end of the show, because we will be bringing our vendors back on so that we can do a question and answer period. If you type the question in too soon, we may not see it because it's kind of hard for me to monitor the show and monitor the comments at the same time, and we don't want to miss any of your questions. And don't forget, if you ever miss an episode of Live, you can always go to our YouTube channel, Quiltcraft Sew Mall, and see all of the past episodes. We usually have that posted within a couple, 3 hours after the show's over. And be sure and subscribe while you're there so you never miss an episode. And as normal, we have some great door prizes we'll be giving away later in the show today. Just so you know what to look forward to, we are going to have a mini iron from Oliso. That's always a hit. She's great to give those away. And then we're going to be having a medium pod bundle and templates with fabric and all the goodies to go with it from Winter Designs. So Very Smooth is actually giving us 2 door prizes today. They will be donating a student kit and a scissor holster. And I'm going to be giving away one of those new blade savers that I told you about last week, because I finally got a big quantity of those in stock. So I'll be sharing one of those with one of our viewers today. Now, if you're new with us, the way this works is later in the show, I'm going to give you a secret phrase. You simply type that in the comments, and that will enter you into the contest. Then, hopefully by 6 o'clock tonight, Pacific time, I will post on the Facebook page who the winners are and what you need to do to redeem your prize. And last, as a reminder, the show is streaming live over the internet. So sometimes things happen. Anyone who has watched the news this last year knows that so many of their guests are coming to them through streaming that sometimes things happen. You know, we have some of our vendors who are in very remote areas, so they have a little weaker internet connection. Sometimes they might drop out, but not a big deal. We just roll with it. And, you know, if there's ever someone whose connection is so bad that you just can't hear them, you just can't see them, we'll try to reconnect them during the show. And if that doesn't work, we'll just bring them back at a later date. But just remember that whatever you see, we are seeing here in the studio as well. Okay, so with all that finally out of the way, we are anxious to get on to our first guest today. We're very excited to welcome Steve and Luann from So Very Smooth. So, Steve, are you there?
Yes.
There he is. I see him. Hey, welcome to Wild Wednesday Live. We're so glad that we were able to get you scheduled on so that you could share all your terrific items that I've seen at the shows that I know a lot of our viewers are going to be very excited about. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to turn this over to you so you can get going. So have at it.
Thank you so much, Raylene. We're very excited to be able to show you and come live from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Not really remote, but kind of. If you go about 10 miles out of town, you are remote. We're happy to be here. Luann's by my side, but you know, she's kind of shy today. But don't worry about that. She's actually the brains about our company. And Raylene, this is so exciting because this is our 11th anniversary. 11 years ago, we started our very first quilt show in Tillamook, Oregon, to sell Sew Steady portable tables. And so we've been doing that for the 11 years. What we're going to be showing you today are two tools that are real. They're ideal seam guides, which came out in 2012. Luann invented them, and our family manufactures them. Here is the student edition. It's 3 pieces, including the ideal seam gauge. It's got 10 holes drilled for perfect, accurate seam allowances. All the measurements are there, from an 1/8 of an inch, a scant 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch, 3/8, half, 5/8, all the way to 1.5 inches. And they're measured to this edge here. So they're very accurate. You can transfer your work from one machine to another. And also in this pack, the student edition, is the Ideal Seam Guide straight one. It's 4 inches of perfect straight seams, and the curved edition. And we're going to show you a demonstration of how to get these on your machine, how they work, and how they will benefit you to make you more accurate and doing wonderful things for your quilting needs. Also, I've got something new that not many people have seen. This is Annie's scissor holster, made by our granddaughter, Annie, who lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. As I said before, our family manufactures our tools. Annie is a 9-year-old scissor holster maker on her dad's 3D printer. She did such a good job when we first started this last year that during the COVID, well, we bought her 3 more 3D printers. So she's in production right now, which is awesome. So I've got some more. We're going to give one of these away, and I'll show you how to use these. But first, we're going after the Ideal Seam Guides and how they work, what they are. This is the Ideal Seam Guide. It's got an acetate cover on the back. You take that off. Don't throw it away. Put it someplace safe, because you're going to want to put it back on when you're not using it. On the back of this, you can't see it, but there's a tacky piece of rubber that is amazingly tacky, and it holds its position on your sewing machine. Raylene, I've got this beautiful 1935 Singer featherweight that's been purplized. That's not bad, you know. And it's actually Luann's Mother's Day gift about 8 years ago. I did win Husband of the Year on that opportunity. So what I'm going to do is take my seam gauge. I'm going to drop it in the 1/4 inch hole. And then it's made for a number 12 needle. Turn it this way and line this up, square it up as best I can right there. Yeah, that looks pretty doggone square. Press it down, remove the seam gauge, and that is 4 inches of perfectly straight 1/4 inch. It's amazing. So how I learned how to do this is on, well, jelly rolls, because we know jelly rolls, right? Jelly rolls. Well, I'm in the midst of a project right now I've got these jelly rolls right now I'm putting together. I'm putting together another quilt. I'm kind of excited about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put I've got this started already. I can run it right up against this 1/4 inch, perfect 1/4 inch seam allowance and start my sewing. Now, once I get here, I can actually take the other one off, this second one that comes in this package, and don't throw it away, but put it right over there, the acetate cover. And I'm going to get it just the width of 2.5 inches of your jelly roll. And now I'm going to sew straight seams. Notice where my nose is. Look at this. I'm sitting up. I'm not sitting down like this and trying to find that really well. I'm just sitting up, letting the machine do its job. I'm just guiding that right through there, getting a perfect 1/4 inch seam as I go. I can speed up or go slow. It makes a very tedious job actually enjoyable and fun. So I wanted to show you that. These are wonderful tools that are sold all over the world now. They started out as a project for 4-H. Luann is a graduate of 4-H and learned how to sew from 4-H, and her grandmothers and her mom but she was a little girl. She learned down the road here in Idaho Falls, exactly where we're from, actually in the cabin that we're in right now. And so I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put this, cut that lead so I can get back to it. I'm putting this back into Annie's scissor holster, which is sitting right there with my scissors. Kind of cool. We'll get back to that later. But I've got these in there, and that's a parallel line. Luann calls this practical perfect piecing. These have been endorsed by 4-H. We make them for 4-H. We've got our own set called the Student Edition that Luann calls a travel edition also for those that are experienced sewers that take a little featherweight or a little sewing machine with them wherever they may go to a class or to a guild meeting. These are absolutely wonderful to be able to get those things done. So that's practical perfect piecing. You can't help but do straight. They're just wonderful for that use. Another use for these is something absolutely amazing, is to be able to do half square triangles. Are you ready? Wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two squares. I'm going to glue baste the corners with some Elmer Schoolhouse glue. Very inexpensive. Go point to point. And then I'm going to take my ideal seam guide and go point to point on it. Right there, press down, and it grabs your fabric. You see that? Now I'm going to run this up against a 1/4-inch foot, which I know is right on the outside of this baby girl featherweight. And I'm going to do a seam right down this side right here like that. Perfect 1/4 inch away from the median right there, right from there. Then I'm going to transfer it over with using the second one and press it down and do the other side, transferring it over to the other side. Luann taught me how to do this. And I don't mind name dropping. One of the other famous people that loves this is Eleanor Burns. She loves using them like this too, because she actually sells our tools for us too. We love her. So now I've got that, cut my leads, then take, and they're ready to cut. So I'm using Martelli cutter. And there's 2 half square triangles, perfect and ready to trim. How easy can that be? Imagine we just made 2 right there. You can actually fit 4 of these on our 15-inch ideal seam guide, and we'll tell you about those some other time. But you can get a lot done in a very short period of time. So that's really cool. Now I'm going to show you something else that helps people do curve piecing. Now curves, no one really ever likes doing curves because they're very intimidating. Well, I was intimidated for about 9 months when Luann introduced those to me. But I've kind of moved on from there because she kind of forced me into this. So now what I'm going to do is take the ideal seam gauge, set it on a scant 1/4 inch. Yes, there's a scant 1/4 inch there. And I'm going to, it's the second one from the short one over there. And I'm going to drop it right in here. There it goes. Turn it this way. I've got, there's an indicator right on there. You can see a little black mark. I hope you can see that. See the little black mark? Yeah, I'm going to point that right at my scant 1/4 inch. Press it down again. Now I've got an immovable object right there and a barrier so I can get my scant 1/4 inch so I can get a perfect measurement. So here we go. I've got my drunkard's path curve there. Kind of a festive look there. But here we go. And this is almost fun. Not nerve-wracking, but you see all the pins I've got out? Luann's taught me how to do this without using any pins. So here we go. Drop my needle there. Couple stitches to get me started. Then I'm going to let the machine actually pull it through and gently ease that in, add over to the edge there and go around that curve. Now it usually takes about 3 or 4 minutes alone just to pin all the places you want to pin. Well, I'll be done in about 15 seconds, which isn't bad. Because if you have a lot of these to make, like for a drunkard's path quilt, that can be very daunting. So I'm just going to go like that, and by golly, look at that. Woo! That's exciting. Oh, sorry. I get excited when I do one right. And I get them right a lot. But now all I have to do is do this. Press there. I should cut my leads. Any scissor holster again. There. And look at that. It's practically perfect. And what the best part about it is, when there's no puckering on the outside there like that. And this is just amazing. A beautiful, beautiful curve, drunkard's path curve, ready for pressing, ready for sizing, and to put into your project. There's so many things you can do with these. It's just absolutely amazing. I wanted to be able to show you those. We're giving away one of these, but we have specials online. You go to our website, you're going to get our specials, and we decided to give away free shipping for the next 48 hours. Good. So for these two products here, any scissor holster, we got to get to that. Let me show you this. Here's one. It's Bernina, Janome, and oh, it's red. Okay. I just took off the acetate off the back, and it'll stick just about anywhere. I've got one right over here. Hopefully you can see it, but I'll tilt this up. There's my scissors right there in a really nice, secure place. They'll stick anywhere. So you can lay your scissors anywhere you want to sew. You can sit them on the side of your workbench. You can sit them on the side of your sewing machine. They're just amazing tools made by our little Annie. The regular price on these is $15, but they're $12.50 for you. Okay. And free shipping. Oh boy, you save $5 there. That's lovely stuff. And that's what we've got. Again, if you order in the next 72 hours, we'll give you 72 hours. 72 hours until the weekend, we'll give you free shipping on these two products here on our website. All right.
That's
Thank you very
amazing.
much. Raylene, are you there?
I am. That is so amazing. Hey guys,
Woo!
you need to get you a scissor holster if you don't already have one, because
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't imagine not having that on the side of my sewing machine. So we
When
appreciate you sharing that. The seam guide, of course, is everybody's favorite. Who doesn't like making perfect 1/4 inch seams? But we do appreciate you guys coming. We appreciate Luann for coming up with all this stuff. And
brilliant.
even though we can't see her,
She shows her hand.
there
There
she
she
is.
is.
Okay, well, Steve, I hope you can stick around to the end for the question
Oh,
and
I
answer
will.
period.
Great.
And we'll
Thank you
see you in
very
a little
much.
bit. Okay, guys, before we go on to the next person, I know a few of you have already done this because you know we do it regularly, but it's time for our roll call. So type in where you're coming, where you're watching from. We love to look at that after the show. And I'll just start by saying that we're sitting right here in God's country, Arizona, where today it is a comfortable 109 degrees. So before you laugh about that, remember we don't have any humidity, so it's actually really, really nice, really comfortable. So, okay, so up next, you guys that are regular viewers, you remember we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict a few weeks ago, and Michelle from Oliso was had to cancel out at the last minute, but we were able to get her rescheduled. So she's back with us today with her fantastic irons. So we're going to bring her in right now. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, hi everybody.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that a few weeks ago, but I appreciate you having me back on.
Well, no worries, because, you know, you guys remember she was gracious enough to still give her door prize, which was a wonderfully generous thing for her to do since she wasn't even on the show. So, but we're glad you're back now. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Take it away.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Michelle Muska. I'm the Director of Content and Community Relations for Oliso. So if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, and I hope you do, I do projects for that feed as well as curate all of our other influencers and friends and share their beautiful projects. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about our mini iron. and the different colors it comes in. We will be giving one of these away, and it won't be pink this time. It will be your choice. We have 4 colors, and I'll show them all to you after I run through the features and benefits. Also, I have with me today is a prototype, hot off the press, of our brand new TG 1600 Pro Plus iron. So but at the end of our little show, I will show you some of the new features and updates and benefits that we put on that iron. One of which is the ceramic coated sole plate. So the reason I have these beautiful flowers out here, I just wanted to show you. This is, I don't know if you can see that, this is a silk and velvet and cotton flower that I made with fusibles and my mini iron. I make really elaborate ones, but that one's really simple, and we have it up on our blog if you would like to take a look at the YouTube video. And there's also a PDF downloadable a document that you can have to watch. I mean, while you're watching the YouTube video, you can follow along and make notes on your instructions. We have newsletters that go out. So once you're at our website, please sign up for our newsletter. We always have free projects with YouTube videos, not just from me, but other people in the industry, our friends and influencers that use our irons. We also talk about our nonprofit sponsorships as well. So the other thing, I do teach those flower classes at French General, and I'll be doing that online in the fall. And we'll be learning a little bit more intricate technique. So if you'd like to take a look at that and use the mini iron. The reason I love to use the mini iron with projects because they clean up so nicely when you're working with fusibles. It has, as I mentioned, a diamond coated ceramic sole plate. This one's not plugged in because it gets very hot. It also has a detailer tip. Someone just recently asked me how you clean that. You take a microfiber cloth and just run it across. It has your dial setting, just like your large irons do. 1, 2, and 3. 3 gets really as hot as our big iron. So, don't always, us quilters and sewists, we always want to pump it up to the hottest level, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So test it out first. This does not have an auto shut off, just to be aware of that. It does have steam burst capabilities with these little buttons. And you can also put water in it for steam burst, not a continuous steam. Takes about a 1/4 cup right in there, and it has a little window that shows you how much water is in there. And then you'll see this little lever right here. That actually is dual voltage. So if you go out of the United States, you can flip it with, say, a seam ripper or a little pair of tweezers or a screwdriver, and it will go to 240. So you just want to make sure that you're always on the right voltage. It has an 8-foot swivel cord as well. And this trivet is super important and integral to the use of the iron. It slips on for storage, and you wrap it up. And let me show you that. It's right here. This is the turquoise one, and it hangs right on my pegboard. So I have to say, I think the turquoise is my favorite lately because I feel like I've been making a lot of things in blue, and it matches and looks really pretty in photographs. So we have the turquoise and the pink. And we also have what we call the orchid. And then our traditional color, which is the butterscotch or yellow. So just so you know, there's a storage side, which has these cups. And then when you flip it over, there's a resting side. You put it down on the resting side. It lifts it up off of the surface, which has to be an insulated surface. I have a wool pressing mat. That's what I usually use. But please do not even put your wool mat on top of your cutting mat. And I know this firsthand. I was in a hurry and I was teaching class, and I did that, and I did warp the corner of my mat. So just because it's little doesn't mean it's not mighty, because it is. It's super powerful. Some of the projects that I just really love to do with the mini are things that are hard to get at. So The Yazzie iron bag, the large iron carrying case, fits our mini perfectly. And I took a little inspiration from Nicole at Wild Boho. She does her own cutouts with fusibles on really pretty fabric. This is from Free Spirit. And I fused that on, and it was easy enough to get in there with my little mini iron. And then I started stitching, and I'll be adding beads. So look at Nicole's Instagram feed or Facebook. She does some really great stuff. One of the other things that I do, I also make little goodie bags like this. They're just little muslin bags that are very inexpensive. I use them when my nieces come for a party or a picnic, and I cut out just different pieces of fabric. I use the Thermo Web Heat and Bond. I really like their Ultra Hold. Now, if I'm going to be doing any stitching on this, I will use the light hold, because I can get through the, the fusible, resin, the glue a little bit easier. And the reason that this is so great is, fusibles work really well when you press from both sides. So you can fit that little mini iron right into that bag, and you can fit it into jeans pockets, also into sleeves, pant pockets, and things like that. It's kind of endless. So I had made a fabric, I guess you'd call it a fabric applique of this beautiful bird. And I'm going to put it on an old jeans shirt. Now, this was actually my dad's jeans shirt, and I have never wanted to part with it after he passed away. So I just found it in a drawer the other day, and I thought, why don't I make it into like a garden, something to wear in the garden, because that's one of the things we used to always do together. And I think it's just really a fun activity, and you can do that with kids and tweens, your friends, and it makes it super easy. So I'll be starting that. One of the other things I love to use for my with my mini iron is English paper piecing. I do a lot of hexagons and mother's flowers, and then I join them all together. And if I'm using my big iron, I like to, after I base them, sometimes I base them by hand, sometimes I glue base. And when I'm using a big iron, I really can hardly see what I'm doing. And that's where the little mini comes in perfectly. So I have this quilt that I made, and this is on our blog, on our website, and it's with Tula Pink and Anna Maria Horner and Valerie Wells fabric, and it is a drunkard's path, and it's just a very easy pattern, just into circles, but it wasn't quite big enough. This is going to be for my granddaughter. So what I did, I ordered some really pretty solids. These are from Victoria Finley Wolf. I ordered these. I'm going to make some big sashing around for a border. And then I'm going to make these little English paper piecing butterflies, and I'm going to have them kind of topsy-turvy all around the border. And it's a great project to use with my mini iron because they're so tiny. So I know I'm a little crazy. I just love English paper piecing. One of the other things that I just got, a friend sent me, was a clapper. And I had never used a clapper before. I thought basically people used clappers for, garment sewing or something. But what I discovered when I'm trying to get like little tiny pieces, like little seams, and of course the mat, the wool mat, does a great job. It's a heat conductor for both sides. And I just thought that this was really a great tool. So, and one of the other fun things is to make circles. Now, a lot of people use different types of products to make circles. This is an apple pop. I spray that with a little flatter, and I fold this in. I don't know if you can see. And then I press it with my very hot iron. And one of the things about the mini that I really like, it's lightweight, it's like 2 pounds, but it's ergonomic. It fits my hand like a computer mouse. So it's really easy to kind of glide along. And then that pops out. Of course, that gets hot, so be careful. And then when you kind of fix it like this, you'll give it a little press and you'll put it right on another square or piece. And I made a little table runner with that. This is with the Robert Kaufman Essex linen and cotton blend, which I really like. And that is on our blog as well on our website. So the other project that I made, if you follow us along on Instagram, is the Betsy purse pattern from Maggie and Stitches. And I just think this is adorable. So it was tiny little pieces. This is the Denise Schmidt 5 and 10 new fabric line. And I also had in the directions, I should have cut a smaller piece, but this is the fusible batting by Hobbs. And that's what this called for. So it was really great using my mini iron for all those little small pieces. So I think that's about all the projects I have. But I'd like to show you a little bit about, my husband just came home, so he doesn't know what the heck's going on. So I'll have to remind him that I'm in here live with you all. So, hi, hon. So this is the TG 1600 Pro Plus. Now, I know it looks very similar to our 1600 Pro, but the exciting part, probably what I'm most happy about, is that it's going to come in all the colors to match the minis. So you're going to have a purple Pro Plus, a turquoise Pro Plus, as well as our traditional pink and butterscotch. So here, it still has some of the same features. It has, this is a smart iron. It has the iTouch capability. It has continuous steam, as you can see, but you can turn the continuous steam off, or you can adjust the settings. Now, it also has an anti-calc cartridge right inside the tank. So a lot of people want to know what water do you put in your iron? And we say if you can drink it, they can drink it. So with that said, if you don't drink your water because it's really hard, then I would say use very inexpensive bottled water. You know, do not use distilled water. The minerals in a regular water helps make the workings on the inside work. I don't know why or how. So, but I just know that's what the engineers told me. We still have the 360-degree cord, 12-foot cord, still the 30-minute auto shut off. The most exciting thing too is the sole plate. The sole plate is the diamond coated ceramic sole plate, just like the mini iron. So it is going to glide very nicely over all your types of fabrics, your lightweight fabrics, your sheers, your cottons, anything with texture and linens. I know that in a couple Saturdays, I'm going to be taking a class with a friend. I think it's called Pajagi, which is a Korean method that you almost make like French seams, like you have in your jeans, and you can see from both sides. And they also suggest to try using it with some shears and chiffon as a trick. Well, I think it sounds really difficult, but I'm certainly excited to try. I never say no to a new technique or class. So we also we'll be giving away a mini iron, and this time the winner can pick their color. So you just have to be in Canada or the US, and you can pick turquoise, orchid, pink, or yellow. We also have our new irons on pre-order, as well as if you go to our website. We have some really beautiful new ironing board covers to go along with our new Pro Plus. We have a 10% off all 4 colors of irons till Thursday night. 10%. It's WKLY, like weekly, 10. So I think Raylene will put that in the comments. If you go to our website, if you get a mini, our minis are $49.99 on the website. You get 10% off, and you still get free shipping. So, except for Canada, sorry guys, but in the United States. So, anyway, so I think that's probably about it. I'm always happy to join in. Thank you for being accommodating with my time a couple weeks ago. So, back to you,
We
Raylene.
No problem, Michelle. We appreciate you so much. And that new iron is exciting, to say the least. So I
Wow.
hope you
Yeah.
can stick around with us though till
Yeah.
the end, because there were a couple of questions. Hopefully, we'll get to all those. And we'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Okay. See you in a bit.
All right, guys, it's that time. It's contest time. Now, again, we've got 5 terrific prizes this week. And of course, who wouldn't love to win all of these things? Oh, and I do want to mention, since Michelle did show you the iron case that is from Yazzie Bags, is that Yasmita is going to be back on the show next week. So keep that in mind, that when you go to her website to look for that iron case, because those are really, really cute. Okay, so if you're new with us, it's so easy to enter the drawing, but I ask that everyone please only enter one time. That will speed up me being able to announce the winners earlier than later. So, in order to get in the drawing, you are simply going to type in the word June. I made it easy this week. June. Now, again, I will be making a Facebook post right here on the Quilt Craft Sew Facebook page, hopefully by about 6 o'clock this evening. I will list the winners and what you need to do to claim the prize. Now, I told you guys last week that we could no longer go tracking you down, go looking for you. So if I don't hear from you by midnight on Friday, unfortunately, you lost out on that, because with the shows back going, that means that we are busier as well. And I just don't have the time that I did to come looking for you. So anyway, if you're going to enter, be sure you want to win. All right. So we actually only have 3 vendors today. We had a last minute conflict with the schedule, but it worked out really well, because our last and next vendor, if I gave her 50 hours a week, she would never be able to show all the amazing projects that she has. And those of you that are regular probably notice that we usually have her on about once a month, because she has so many great projects. So we're going to ask Linda Winter to join us right now, and she is going to spend a little extra time with you, because she has got some great Father's Day projects. So hi, Linda.
Hi, I just love it. Yes,
Um,
and sad to say, yeah, if you gave me 50 hours, I'd want 51.
I get it, because I'm kind of the same way sometimes. I just don't have near as many projects as you do. But
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well,
when we do
well,
our little classes with
it's
the show, we
yeah.
laugh because we could go all day. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's so fun making projects for fathers, brothers, uncles, dads, kids, whatever it is. Because whatever it is that you can imagine, you really can create. We make templates. Martelli makes these templates, and I work for Martelli, but I have my own line of business. And this stuff on the back, you can see how I grab. I'm going to do a quick cut with some fabric that has money. So if you are for Father's Day stumped, and you have no clue what it is that you need to give for Father's Day, for your husband, for your kids, for your dad. Do you see how I'm turning the template? And what that's doing, it's grabbing. Now, if I really were going to make this, I would have ironed on maybe a light stabilizer on here, and I would have had my fabric already ready to go, right sides together. I'd stitch, stitch, stitch. This little guy here turns into, this is the larger size. This guy is the small one. I have a larger size. It's not that big, but it makes something this size. Now, out of money, this is a great gift for anybody, but we're talking Father's Day. So if you're going to put a gift card, if you're going to put money in there, your hubby that always spends money on things that you cannot stand that he buys, guess how I know about this stuff. So you say, okay, this is money, that there's no strings attached. You can do whatever, but this turns into this. I had a little sample, who knows where it is, that wasn't sewn together. Of course, I can't find it now, but you can see when I turn this right sides out, we're basically going to have a finished edge in the middle. And then at the bottom, boy, this takes longer to turn it out than it does to make. This guy right here, I've sewn my my unsewn, my unfinished edges. So you got a seam here. So basically, we're going to be doing this in the middle. You guys, if you've watched me do this before, this turns into that. You add a button, you add a clip, whatever it is. If it's not money, it's dogs, it's cats, it's John Deere tractors, it's whatever they're into. When you give them the gift card to the tractor supply store, that's where I get stuff for Philip, because he loves buying all stuff that you think, what are we going to do with this? So this fabric can be whatever it is, but the small one is a perfect size for a gift card. And I've done leather on this, but I really like the elastic headband, elastic hair clip, so that can tie. But this, for somebody that's into technology, you give them the gift card. So these little guys are made from my layer cake card case. It doesn't matter what the holiday, what the occasion, your mailman, whoever it is, this is just a really nice, quick, whip it up, get her done gift. So that little guy for money. What else do I have for money for the little gift card, for the little whatever it is, where the gift is really, the money, the gift card? This guy here, so it's camo. I live in an area where it's kind of, it's LA, Lower Alabama, the redneck Riviera of the South. So you see a lot of camo. It can be military, it can be camo, for hunting, for fishing, whatever. But inside of here, I've got blue jeans that are from used blue jeans. And then you stick inside of here some seed for the ducks, for the geese, for the chickens. And there's a gift card that's hidden inside of there. This little guy here, you can see here and here, these are made, I had this inside of there. These are made with my box it templates. The box it templates, when you got a box that you want to add a boxed bottom. I know y'all cannot see what I'm doing here, and my fabric is over at another table. Do you see how right here, if I wanted to cut that section out here, and then I wanted to cut it out over here, I basically have all of these measurements. There's 10 measurements on here for me to use for a boxed bottom. So I can create a boxed bottom, whatever size it is that I want. You can put together a little basket of all of their favorite goodies, all of their treats, the snacks. So this guy right here, if they're into the backyard barbecue, then all of this stuff would be backyard barbecue. And inside of here for my material, I used a drop cloth. Why? Because a drop cloth is cheap. It's available. I always have them around. And when you're not sewing with it, you can paint on it. You can work with it first and then use it for all of your linings and those kinds of things. This is another cute little thing that's, again, for the gift card, for the little, whatever that little gift is. If you're getting them earbuds, if you're getting them some high-tech thing that's expensive, it's a little thing. You stick it inside of there. So this, I'm going to turn it over and I want you to see the 4 points. This is from my favorite set of templates, although I have to say my favorite set of templates are now the storage pod. But if y'all have seen me at the trade shows over the years, these are my box bag templates. This is the regular size. I have a large size down here. And then the small one is new to everybody that I saw at the trade shows. So if you see me teaching at the trade shows, you haven't seen this. This guy here makes this size. And again, what we're going to do is take 4 of these. And when we take the 4 of them, we're going to be piecing them together. I love blue jeans. I love blue jeans with pockets. You can add some Bozal. This is the Bozal foam. You can fuse it on, or you can just stick it inside. So you can decide if you want it or not. But you can see how there are 4 pieces that come together. Because Bozal is really stiff, what I ended up doing to make this stand up was I stitched just a little seam right here. So in this side box, this guy here, that's the regular size. You can put all kinds of stuff inside of there. So again, you think about all the stuff that they're into, the technology, things from Best Buy, things from Home Depot, all of that stuff. This guy here, and if you've got a lot of big stuff, then this guy here. It doesn't go this way, it goes this way. This is the bottom, that's where they come together. So 1, 2, 3 sizes. And I have fussy cut frames, so if you wanted something to be centered exactly, then you can see with the fussy cut frames. But look how cute that is, this little guy here. You can put your condiments in here, since this is salt and pepper and barbecue and that kind of stuff. If you are doing a backyard barbecue, the condiments, your salts, your peppers, those kinds of things. But this is a really cute way to present a gift. So again, how many of us are sewing for our men and they don't really like what it is that we've sewn. How many of you are buying the tie, you're buying the socks, you're buying the underwear, you're buying that stuff? Let's kind of move away from that stuff. I like to at least find something they're into. Dog stuff. Here's another dog thing. This is a mask keeper. If you're in an area where you're still wearing masks or you have issues and you want to be careful with your masks, or be careful with your respiratory system, then a mask keeper is really great. But this is a great thing to make for going onto your belt loop, going onto your backpack, and you put your money, you put your keys, you put your driver's license, you put just the necessaries in there. So again, for somebody that's into their dogs, then maybe when they're going for the dog walk, you've got the doggy bags, and then you've got the roll of gum that's in there and their favorite mints, their favorite treats, some little snack. It's too hot for candy. So I cannot believe, Raylene, you are that much hotter than we are here, because I'm miserable in Florida. But you put in the candy, but it's not chocolate because it would melt. So you make the doggy gifts too that can be a really great gift for them. If you guys saw me do the ice cream cozy, well, men are into not just ice cream, but this is the ramen kind of stuff. And I made some of the ramen stuff the other night for Philip, and he didn't want one of these. He wanted 4 of these. So this thing, as cute as it is a total waste on him, because he's not going to eat one. And by the way, he doesn't eat a pint of ice cream. He eats a gallon of ice cream or a quart, whatever the big size is. But these are really cute too. And maybe you put in this, but then you also put the gift card to, Dunkin' Donuts or to whatever their favorite donut or ice cream or taco place is, or whatever inside of there. I love my storage pods. The storage pods come in a small, a medium, and a large. Where's my medium? I've got a medium around here somewhere. This is the small. This is the small. And then these are great gifts as well. So my father does woodworking, wood turning, and he had me make aprons for him. I'm making new aprons, and I'm going to roll them up and stick them inside of the small and the medium and the large. And he's going to get this with the wood fabric and with the drop cloth center. If you have somebody that's into technology, they want all the new stuff, the earbuds, all the places, all the things that they need, this stuff that they need that they always lose, the USB, the cords, all of that stuff. So you make a cute little bag. The storage pod, that's this template. This is my medium size. So this is the small one, but this becomes the gift box, the gift bag, and you put all those goodies. So the technology stuff. And then this goes in the car and they can put their trash in it. Or this hangs by the front door. So when they always lose their keys, when they always lose their glasses, guess how I know that? Then you can say, put them in the pod that I made you. So that way you know where they are every single time. I love making small, medium, and a large. And again, I can't find my medium. And you all have seen me show these before, and it's in my video. You stuff one inside of the other, and this goes in the car when you're going wherever it is. Instead of doing the hanging things like this, you can do a strap around, and it basically can be like a little backpack. If you do a strap here and a strap down to here, a strap here and a strap down there, you can wear it on your back. So the storage pods are a lot of fun. And if you notice, this goes flat. It doesn't have any bozal. It doesn't have anything inside of there, because this guy here, I want it to be able to collapse so you can stick it in the backpack, in the car, in the back seat, whatever it is. All right, so that was the ice cream cozy template that I showed you before. It has the holes there. The holes are laser drilled, so everything is exact. If you know somebody that's into football, then of course you make a storage pod for them and you stuff it with all of their footballish stuff. So you've got this full of whatever it is they like to drink. Philip is always losing glasses and things like that, and he loves all these specialty mugs. He loves the blender drinks that he can shake on the road, so I can mix him up something in the morning. So all of those things, maybe it's sports related, maybe it's not, but the idea is that you've got this thing going with that. This is another technology theme, and this actually is supposed to go in here, because what is this? This is not for music. This, I don't know if you can hear, but it's a fan. And this guy here, I'm not going to turn it on because I know y'all can hear, but this fan that you can give, and they will love this. Philip saw this in the car one day when I had it, when the car was really hot. And he's like, oh my gosh, did you get me one? No, I did get him one. I just haven't given it to him yet. So technology stuff. If you're getting them a GoPro, if you're getting them the Dot, if they're really into printing, then stuff like ink that you take for granted, but you go ahead and you order it. So when they run out of that stuff, you say, I already ordered it for you. It's ready to go. You know, that kind of stuff that you have at home that you keep in stock, or they're supposed to keep in stock. Why not stuff it full? It's kind of the better than socks, better than underwear, better than the tie. So you buy all those things. My dad and I used to get excited when we'd find printer paper, printer inks, cartridges, the jump drives, all those things on sale. And we would call each other and we'd say, oh, did you know about it? And every now and then I would buy something and not tell him and send it to him, or he would buy something and send it to me. We get excited about that kind of stuff. So those are the practical things that you take for granted, but stock up on those. One day when you're sitting on Amazon, just go buy for Father's Day, for Valentine's Day, for whatever the holiday. Okay, so this one is a little bit controversial. So I'm going to show you a couple things in here, and I just want to say this is Winter Designs. This is not Martelli. So the stuff I'm going to show you now is Winter Design stuff. So this, y'all know my coffee cozy. You know my microwave bowl cozies, the microwave bowl cozies that make the rounded bowls. And now I have the squares. These guys have the holes in them, so you get perfect darts, and they're great for whatever size. I make 8 different sizes of those, and I have the square and I have the rounded ones. Well, I have a coffee cozy, and I'm coming out with this. And I wasn't going to sell it as a template, but I've had so many people ask because I made these without a template. And you have to measure and cut and cut and cut, and they don't come out the same. So what is this? This is a drink cozy. So this is a drink cozy. So I want to show you how this works, because this is the controversial stuff. Okay, forget what this is. Okay, so forget what that is. But I want you to look at the diameter of the bottle. Forget what this is. This is Philip's favorite thing to drink. And if you all like this stuff and you like hot stuff, this is V8 with the Kick. Not doing any advertising for them, but this is a bottle. This is a bottle. The diameter is what I want you to notice. So you've got a cold drink. You're out in the 109-degree, really, temperature weather. I'm already miserable, and it's only 89 here. But you put a cozy around, and that cozy, this guy here, is going to hold this. And it's going to hold this, and it's going to hold this, and it's going to hold this. So why? Because I have 1 piece of Velcro, but I have 3 pieces of Velcro. Why do I need 3 pieces here? I've sewn 3, and maybe they sell a bigger piece of Velcro. I just haven't had a chance to look for it. But I need it here for a bigger one. I need it here for a smaller one. So let's look at the A&W root beer. Do you see how that just barely gets there? So this, my drink cozy, it catches that. And now it's going to keep that drink cold. So we're going to go from there to this guy. This is where it was. Do you see how that's falling off? That's not going to do me any good. So I want to tighten that up. And now I've got this. As long as my fingers are holding that closed, I'm good to go. Okay, let's go to this thing that, again, we're going to forget what this is. And do you see how this just barely, but it does, it barely closes, but it does. If you know you're going to make a cozy for this diameter, then you don't make it bigger like this. You make it smaller and you do the measuring. But because I don't know what kind of drinks people are going to be drinking, and everybody's been asking for cozies for their bottles, for their cans, for their drinks, I came up with this way to do the 1 piece of Velcro and then 3 pieces of Velcro. Even this big guy here, it's still, and you can tell this is empty. This one I got from last night. So this guy here, it still closes. Okay, so redneck cozy. Okay, redneck. I don't want to say this is redneck, but you know, we're in Florida and people go fishing at midnight. And you take 1 of these things, or maybe 6 of these things, in a thing like this. And you've got the strap around so it goes over your shoulder. We got the camo inside. We got the fish for good luck on the outside. That is the large storage pod here. Few other things that I want to recommend. You may have guys that like the traditional stuff of cooking. So this is my larger oven mitt. You can see it's way too big for me, but this is for men. That comes in this size. This guy here, this is the smaller one that's good for most hands. But again, it's got 1, 2, 3 pieces from 1 template. My video will show you how to do that. This is the double You can see that right there. That's a pop pincher. And the pop pincher, I've got a template that I can't find here, but I have a pop pincher template that's a whole lot of fun too. And of course, any backyard barbecue, any celebration where men and food are involved, then my adult aprons, my adult bibs. So this is a fabric protector, a clothing protector. You can call it that instead. Blue jean camo, food, there's all kinds of things. Few other things real fast. You guys might have seen the video that I did. This, believe it or not, came from my medium. I think it's the medium storage pod. Maybe it's the small. It's the small storage pod. I can't remember. But do you see right down here? I've got a box pleat and I have one seam in the back. That one seam is this, but I cut to here. I've got a video that'll show you how to do that. So if they're into whatever kind of characters, whatever kind of movie stuff, then that's a good one. You can always make a bottle holder like this with a strap. I don't know how many guys want to wear a strap like this. If you make it a little more masculine, maybe they'll wear that. And then, of course, you've got some men that are little men. So fill this up for them, for boys, out of, all of the hot cars and the Hot Wheels and that kind of stuff. So all kinds of fun things to show you. I could go on and on and on, but I want to go ahead and just remind you, I'm going to be giving away the medium-sized storage pod. I'm going to be giving away 2 fat quarters with this. I'm going to give you some Bosal foam. I'm going to give you some batting so you can make storage pods. So you'll have one of these, this guy here, as my drawing, or the door prize. And I have a coupon code that's good till Friday. I know a lot of you don't get paid till Friday, so I always extend it to Friday at midnight. We're on Central Time, so right now it's 4:56 here in Pensacola. So WWL gives you 20% off till Friday at 11:59 Central Time. I also have a ton of stuff on sale. And with every purchase of my my ice cream cozy, this guy here, I'm giving away one of my patriotic coffee take and makes. So lots of stuff going on. You can go look at my Facebook and you'll see more information there. So I want to go ahead and wrap it up and say thank you guys. I hope you have some ideas from this for Father's Day and you get fun creating and think about doing something a little outside of the box for dad, for brother, for nephew, for whoever, for the men in your life. Thanks, guys.
That was so awesome, Linda. And I want to tell you, I'm so jazzed because I never got to, we're kind of rural, so we have to go down the street to get our mail from our cluster box. And I didn't get a chance to go yesterday. So I went this morning and I got my template. I'm so excited for my little ice cream cozy. I can't wait to get a chance to make it. So that was good timing, but I'm so excited.
I thought it was so funny. I saw an order come through with her name on it. And it was like, we can trade because there's stuff in your booth that I'd like too. So
I was just so excited and I just never knew how long it was going to be until I saw you. So I couldn't wait. Now it'll still sit on my table for goodness knows how long, but I had to have it right that minute. So, all right. Well, we hope you'll stick around for just a few minutes for our question and answer. So, all right, guys, just a reminder. Most of the discounts that you see tonight, we tried to have them scrolling on the bottom of the screen, but if you go to the mall, quiltcraftsewmall.com, click on Wild Wednesday, that's going to take you to the 3 vendors that you saw today so that you can click right through to their stores. Now, also as a reminder, it will probably be, I'm going to guess and say, hopefully by 6 o'clock this evening, you're going to come right back here to the Quilt Craft Sew Facebook page, the same page you're watching the show on right now if you're watching live, and that's where I'll post the winners of today's 5 door prizes. Just look for there's always this, I use this big colorful picture that says winner, so it's easy for you to find that. And again, if you missed it, the secret word today was June, and if you've already typed it in, please don't do it again. But for those of you that didn't get it in the first time, just type the word June in the comment section. Okay, and I think that's all. Okay, we're going to bring everybody back in right now. So now is the time. If you have any questions for any of our vendors, you're going to type those in the comments, and I will field those to our vendors. So I'm going to look away from the camera so I can look and see for comments here.
Tell Luann I said hi.
I will.
We did have a question earlier, Michelle, for you, and someone was just asking if the handle of the iron gets warm or gets hot.
Yes, it does. If you, especially if you leave it on high for hours on end. If you only have it on for say a half hour or so and it's too hot to touch, then you need to just email or call our customer service. So it's customer service at oliso.com. You can also get to it from our website, and they can talk you through that. It should still be. It has a 3-year warranty, so if they feel it's defective, we can get you a new one.
And
I did have one time. It was a lemon. I did have one time that was defective, but I use a lot of them, and I did find one that I felt was a little hot. So, but all the ones I have now are fine. It does get a little warm because to think about it, in order to get a little iron this hot as a large iron, you actually need to have 2 heater boxes in this little space. So when we did all our focus groups, our quilters and crafters really wanted a hot iron. So that's the case. But if you feel it's an issue, please just get in touch with our customer service.
okay, also, Michelle, what is the sale price on the mini iron?
So the mini iron on our website is $49.99, and you get a 10% discount with the coupon code. And like Lynn, I actually did hold it over till Friday night as well. I forgot about that, so thanks for the reminder. And that will also give you free shipping in the U.S. So when you go through your cart, you'll still, even with the 10%, get free shipping in the continental U.S.
Awesome. Next question is for Linda from Ginny. She would like to know, it just jumped. Okay, do you sell kits to make the projects for the baskets or just the patterns?
So right now, I just have the templates by themselves, except for the microwave bowl cozies. I have a microwave bowl cozy with batting and the 100% cotton thread, but I am going to start doing kits. So if you're looking for something in particular, call me and say, Linda, I want XYZ, and I'll put a kit together for you. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing that in the future.
And Linda, while we got you, if you've got it where you can find it, someone would like you to hold up the ice cream cozy finished.
Yes. It is adorable. And I did a video that's an hour or so on this. So Zeke's going to zoom in there. You can see. Okay. So this is the outside. I'm going to turn it over to the bottom. I'm going to take this out so you can see the inside. It's adorable. And if you watch my video, YouTube Linda videos, you're going to see that it fits the ice cream pints. It fits the gelatos that are more straight. So there's a bunch of different things that'll fit inside of here. I am going to be making a bigger one this style to hold these kinds of things. So if that's something that's appealing to you, it's great for cold stuff. It's great for stuff in the microwave too. So I teach you how to keep it safe so the microwave is not going to cause any fires or anything like that too.
Okay, great. Steve, I've got a couple of questions for you that I'm going to run together because they're pretty much on the same topic. And that one person wanted to know how difficult it is to remove the scissor. I forget the name. What's your special name for it? The scissor holster. The word holster escaped me. And then also, is it going to leave any residue on the machine, or will it harm the machine finish?
As you saw, well, it doesn't. It's really easy to take off. Watch this. Linda, are you watching? I hope so.
I've seen you do it before.
And by the way, I am in love with Linda.
It's likewise.
So all you need to do is I put this one right on the front of this scissor, right in front of the singer, and all you do is twist it, and it comes off. Did it leave any residue? No. And when you want to put it back on, if there's anything on it, you wash it with warm water and soap. Then rinse it, and it's tacky all over again. So I just put it back on, let it sit for about 5 seconds, and it's holding my scissors.
Awesome. Also, Michelle, this is cute. Kathy says, and I quote, "The only time my husband didn't capitalized, make a Christmas present mistake is when he got me the Oliso mini iron. So,
That makes
okay.
us really happy.
Lisa,
Well,
go back down.
congratulations.
Lisa, if you go to, you're asking about the links for the vendors. If you go to the quiltcraftsomall.com, which is scrolling on the bottom of the screen, then you're going to click on Wild Wednesday, and that will take you to the links for today's vendors. Okay, let's see. Do we have any more questions, guys? Looks like we've been through them all. I hope I didn't miss anybody. We'll give you a second. And what's the temperature now, Ron? So I can taunt Linda. Can you see that? 109.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
You guys, the thing of it is, because Linda, I lived in Orlando for a few years too, and the humidity. I mean, one of our viewers actually commented, Linda, just get rid of the humidity, you'll be fine. We're at 7% humidity. So
Wow.
109 here probably
Yeah.
feels like 90 to you, or even 85. So we love
Yeah.
it. We love it.
Well, good. I'm
It's
glad.
80. It's 82 here in Idaho Falls.
82. That's freezing. See, if it drops below 80, I got to get out my parka.
Well, it's
I almost
72 here in Connecticut.
See, when we were in Boise 2 weeks ago,
Well,
I thought I was going to die. I mean, I literally thought, this is it. This is how I go out. They're going to find my frozen body somewhere. So we're much better suited to the heat. And, we get, our hot is usually in our hottest part of the year. We get up to like 127. And I will say, we don't go outside when it's 127.
Oh,
So-
that's nuts. It's 81 here, and it feels like it's 99 here. So
Yep, I remember that humidity. Well, I was just kind of stalling a little bit just to see if we had any more questions, but it looks like that was it for today. So I just want to thank our 3 presenters. This was an awesome show. We learned so much. And I know when I get done with the contest today, I'm going to have to get on and make some orders because I see some things I can't live without. But we do appreciate y'all, and we appreciate all you viewers so much. I mean, it's been a tough year, but the one bright shining light was that we were able to stay connected with all of you while we were waiting for the shows. And of course, we will be going live from Oklahoma City, just like we did in Boise for the 3 days. So we're really looking forward to that and to showing you some different vendors and some different things. So again, check back later today to see who the winners are. Remember, always make the quiltcraftsomall.com your first stop when you're shopping for your quilt sew and crafting needs. And please, if you have friends that aren't watching the show, be sure and tell them they need to join us. And if you ever miss an episode, again, you can get that on our YouTube channel, Quilt Craft Sew Mall. So we're going to sign off now. We're going to tell y'all goodbye. Thank you and have a creative week. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye now.
Bye.
bye.